The search stretches on. Winter tightened its grip on the mountains. Snow piled higher. Temperatures dropped lower. Search efforts slowed. Weeks passed with no sign of the 5 men. Authorities began to fear the worst. Families clung to hope, but deep down, everyone understood one thing. If the men were still alive, time was running out. Then, nearly 3 months later, something finally surfaced. The first body. In early June of 1978, as the snow began to melt, searchers made a grim discovery. The body of Jack Madruga was found. He was lying in a remote area, far from the abandoned car. There was no sign of violence, no evidence of a struggle. The cause of death was exposure. But what confused investigators was not how he died. It was where he was found. Jack had been traveling away from safety, away from roads, away from help, and he wasn't alone. More bodies. Not far from Jack's location, searchers found the remains of William Sterling, and nearby, Ted Ware. Their bodies were scattered across the mountainside, not grouped together, not following a clear path. It was as if the men had separated or been separated in freezing darkness. None of them were dressed for extreme winter conditions. Some wore light jackets. Others had no proper shoes. They had walked miles in temperatures that could kill within hours. Then came the discovery that changed everything. Deep in the forest, searchers found a U.S. Forest Service trailer. Inside the trailer was enough food to keep a person alive for months. Canned goods, military rations, matches, a propane heating system. And inside that trailer, they found Ted Ware's body. He had been alive for weeks. He had lost nearly 100 pounds, and he had starved to death. The most disturbing detail. The food inside the trailer was untouched. Cans had not been opened, even though tools were available. The heating system was never used. Ted was wrapped in blankets, indicating someone had tried to care for him. But no one helped him eat. No one turned on the heat. This meant one thing. Someone else had been there. Someone who could walk. Someone who could move. Someone who could help. But didn't. Unanswered questions. Why didn't they use the food? Why didn't they use the heat? Why didn't anyone leave the trailer to seek help? And perhaps the most chilling question of all. Why did one man survive for weeks, only to die surrounded by everything he needed to live? End of part 3. Cliffhanger. 2 of the 5 men were still missing. One of them had never been found. The other would be discovered in a place that defied all logic. And the theories that followed would split investigators for decades.